as we may see, for Torino it will be 2111228778 and so on. Let me try to explain you the syntax over here. So we have the international address for the Torino HQ. It will be 0 because it's from external, so it's international. 222 for Italy is 25, 2 for Itapac, and then 11 is the area code in Torino, and the 2228778 is the end part of the East 25 international and national as well address. So we call it also DCC or NPA. NPA is the end of the part of the address, and the DCC is the international DNAC without the ITAPAC specification. But if we are also, for example, a rather wandering Rome, and we have to connect all our down the city of Rome to our HQ, we will have a nice toll-free number to call. And maybe we could be able over X28 to ask for a reverse X25 call. So we don't need a NUI, we don't pay for the line because it's a toll-free, and the system that we are going to call will pay for our connection. It's the same as the as a called call in the PSTN world. Talking about now the US, we can have a branch also in Dallas, in Miami, in LA, and in New York, but everything will be on a perinet. That is the American one of the US is 25 network. So all the address will belonging, of course, to Sprint. And this is the way the Italian corporate one and the USA corporate one will be able to talk each other via X75, that, as I told you, is the international standard to make two different X25 networks talk each other. But also in the US we could have a rather one runner at his own, and he will be able to call a dial-up toll-free or not, and to insert his NUI or calling in a reverse charge mode and connect to my Miami office, for example. The other side is the ECWORK. I've identified to you all the attack points that could be in this kind of environment. So starting from the left, an attacker could decide to call the toll-free number and just scan nuance until he finds a reverse charge system that is able to accept his phone call, or also via a direct PSDN, so we will abuse of the NUIs, of the NUIs, or as well hacking via XOT, X25 over TCP/IP, because in the last 8 years, let me say, many companies, they are trying to move from the X25 to the IP, but it's not so easy, as I told you. So they are trying to fix with some tricks, and they put XOT and IP. Okay, is it clear to you? Then, war games. Do you remember this nice movie around? Actually, I saw War Games when I was, I think, 11 years old, and I fell in love for the girl so much. Seeing her now, she's not so cute, but I was a kiddo, so. But in war games, I mostly fall in love for this, for the war dialing of war games. Now, it may be a mess to you that it is so easy to understand X25 scanning, because it's the same idea of the PSTN war dialing. So, to be clear, this is a true scan in Cyprus Limassol that it's an old log from year 94. As you can see, we have the Ministry of Health of this government on X25. I don't think I have to explain you what may happen if a bad guy will enter into the Ministry of Health. It means shit. But also we are able to find banks, we are able to find pagers as well, or Cisco routers, all of this. To give you some more hints, when we have CLR OK, it means that the node we are trying to call is busy, so probably they only have one virtual logical channel that it's already engaged to a data call with somebody else. Or if we have a CLR DTE, it means, it means that it's like a firewall, or let me say a TCP wrapper. It means that the called system doesn't accept a call from our address, and we can investigate furthermore to understand why they don't accept our call. Another nice scan, this is from Canada, if I don't remember bad, in the Ontario area. And again, you can see that we can find some banks, we can find Sun OS, even if they're very old at the time. Who knows what this system is? MPX, do you know it? No, MPX is the HP 3000. It's a very old system from Raoul Packard, and if I don't remember bad, the syntax login was something like hello, username, and common password. So, some to say history to explain to you why we should learn from the past. Is there somebody in this auditorium that knows a book that is called The Cuckoo's Egg? Okay, in The Cuckoo's Egg is a book from 1985 or 86, I think, and there was a true history of international espionage. It means that some guys from the CCC, from the Chaos Computer Club, they were specifically Pengo and Akbar, they have been paid by the KGB, the Russian spy agency, in order to attack to USA government contractors and steal secret stuff. The funny thing is that actually the KGB didn't understood so much about these things, and the CCC guys, they were able, okay, also to attack to the US, but also to take some free documents and being able to sell them to KGB as a very high reserved secret stuff. They were smart a lot. In '89 it happened the scandal when some Australian from Melbourne have been able to hack into Citibank Saudi Arabia, and they steal millions and millions of credit cards, not only from Saudi Arabia, of course, but belonging to all the Citibank clients around. In the 90s also it happened that the mod and the law, they had to fight each other, and for reasons that even today has to be cleared, the United States of America AT&T backbone shut off. So it means that from New York to Los Angeles, it was not possible to make an international call. Can you understand what is the amount of the damage if we are talking about the United States of America and all the companies to the private that can just give a phone call to their grandmother if she is in New York, but if their grandma is in Los Angeles, they were not allowed to call in Los Angeles. They were not allowed to call abroad of the States. All of this happened only because two young hacking teams have a fight together, and under all, there were also X25. Osishin, Electron, and the Force and Phonics has been the first guys in the world to build an automated scanner for X25. It used to run on a system that is called Prime OS, or Parimos, is very old now, of course. In the 90s, Kevin Mitnick got the SAS. Who knows what the SAS is? SIS was an incredible, nice tool that let an attacker, as Kevin Mednick and Kevin Poulsen there were at the time, to freely intercept on all the telephone switches of California. So, for example, they've been able to intercept the FBI, and they discovered that the FBI were intercepting on their own the Chinese and Russian embassy in New York, but they had no authorization at all to do this. It is funny, in my opinion, that two hackers have been able to discover a bad thing performed by the good guys, the FBI guys. In the 90s, again, we have now many new scanners available for all the kind of operating system around. And in the 19 again, Kevin Poulsen was able to play with the CO. The CO is the telephone central office, so the CO of your area of the town, via IS-25, and to reconfigure or abuse of all the freaking stuff that Poulsen was so cool and able to do. In 1984 and 95, AT&T, GTA, and other major United States telcos got hacked. I put that parenthesis over there because I had a part in this hacking specifically, and that's why, as Anthony as well, they told me that I'm not a good person to come anymore to the United States of America, even if it is since 10 years ago, but it's the same as you. In the recent years, we do also have the ADM group that released Antelope. He created the IS-25 ADM scanner, and in recent years, to be more clear to you here, it means in 2003, somebody, let me say somebody, has written a multi-thread and multi-channel IS-25 scanner from Sun Solaris. What does it mean? That before a multi-thread and multi-channel scanner, to scan, for example, a country like Italy, it would need a month or so. Actually, with a multi-thread and multi-channel scanner, in a few hours, a whole country can be scanned via IS-25. Last news, in this last 2 years, there is a lot of bad guy activity on IS-25, especially from Russia, because they scan in international reverse charge mode. So they don't pay for it, and they are just looking for big multinationals based on also in Russia and ex-former Soviet Union countries around there. Then we have some souvenir. The first on the top is when I hacked into AT&T. AT&T was cool because, as you may see from the banner, it is AT&T Mail. So it means what you are thinking of. I hacked into the worldwide mail system of AT&T. It was really funny because AT&T is, as you may know, the biggest ever telecommunication carrier worldwide, and AT&T is located everywhere in the world. So it was so easy from AT&T US, have a jump, have an IS-25 jump, and finish to AT&T Egypt or AT&T Bahrain or whatever. The second one is to show you that even if Inmarsat has got their own DNIC, that is 1111, we could be able also to call Inmarsat via Saudi Arabia, because some guys from Inmarsat, they decided to put a land Earth station over IS-25 for sure, but in the Saudi Arabia DNIC that is 4201. Also, this is, I have to disclose it to cover it, but the DNIC is from Australia, again, as I showed you before, and I obscured anything that can let you understand who is the telecommunication operator over here, but it's clear that if they say, please note, all customer details are confidential, confidential and must not be disclosed, I can understand two things. First, you should be a telco. Second thing, the system I'm going to hack should contain the customer details that they want to keep confidential, but they are not able to do this. Difference with X25 and the internet, actually. In X25, as you may have understood, all the